Okay, let's see if we can get through her slides in one post. So this one, she starts off, Lively has come forward with affirmative evidence supporting her claim, both with respect to the Wayfarer parties following through on their intent to spread negative content about her, and with respect to Wallace's technological capabilities in doing so. From the court's ruling, page 134. The funny thing about this is, let's just say for a moment, let's suspend reality and pretend that Wallace, Tag, Melissa Nathan, Wayfarer, Justin, that they all did engage in an actual smear campaign, and that everything that happened in August of 2024 in relation to articles being posted or published about Blake truly was a smear campaign by all of them, and that all of the online hate for Blake was a part of that effort. The problem that we're still left with is that that was all her words. It was all her. If there wasn't anything that was dishonest, there was nothing that can even be defined as defamation, because it was firsthand footage of her, firsthand words, firsthand accounts. So I'm kind of like, why are we fighting this? Why are we trying to say that this is a smear campaign when none of it was untrue? There also is some direct evidence that the plan to destroy Lively and her career was put into action. In addition to boosting videos of himself, a jury could find that these efforts were proactive and in line with the Baldoni's desire to feel like Lively can be buried. And this is from page 133. Which they've taken a little bit of liberty with this comment, because in the end, what the judge is saying is, in sum, the parties fiercely dispute the extent to which the backlash against Lively was organic or artificial, and which steps the Wayfarer parties may have taken to protect themselves. That is what is going to a jury. That's what the judge is saying the jury should decide. It's not saying that this is enough evidence to say that they did it, and they did it to the degree that it's solely them that is harming Blake Lively's career. The judge is going to say, let the jury decide that. A person in her position could have understood the workplace to at times reflect a gendered and sexualized view of women and a disregard for their privacy sufficient to make it reasonable to complain about a hostile work environment based on sex or gender. And this is page 156, I think. Oh, my bad, 116. And again, the judge isn't affirming that Blake's claims are factually true or whatever. He's just saying that this can go to a jury to decide to what extent, or if her perspective is able to stand up. And again, this is just saying that this is being allowed to go to a jury. It's not saying that, oh my God, this is so much. Okay, this is where she's going all over the place, and I feel like the Lively party does this a lot throughout this case, where typically when a legal team is really trying to clean up and give a very clear case and understanding of how things transpired, etc., they do a lot to line things up in terms of timeline. The Wayfarer party does this multiple times in multiple different ways, whereas the Lively party has consistently been, we'll go with this page, and we'll go to the one at the end, and then we'll come back to the middle, and then we might go over to this one, and then, oh, you know what, on page 2, let's go back to page 2. And that's very much what she's doing right now, even with the things that she's presenting in her IG tantrum. And then this is simply stating the reason why it falls under FIHA. They're stating why it can go to a jury. And then this, again, is just saying a jury gets to decide if the causal action is relevant to be able to say that the retaliation is attached to it. Oh, please, with the expert reports. Don't even get me started. And this is This is the part that pisses me off, because when you've been subjected to narcissistic abuse, and when you have been, like, you've had your own good faith versions of you, your own good faith behaviors, actions towards another person who's been exploitative, coercive, manipulative, etc., and they've turned around and used that against you, that's what I see coming out of this. Because when they claim that, like, oh, Justin Baldoni is a predator and he's a fake feminist, no. What Justin Baldoni was doing here was giving the opportunity, the space to be accountable. And instead of being a person who recognizes what that behavior is and why somebody who is factually a feminist would engage in this way, and instead weaponize it, like, that's what makes me so furious. Because when you are a person who's doing the work and doing the very hard, difficult, embarrassing work of being accountable for a behavior that we've engaged in that has either hurt, harmed, embarrassed, etc., another person, we have to be the ones that do the inner work and stand up in those moments when other people would either crumble and run away, or crumble and then do everything that they can to evade accountability and make it the problem of the other person. And instead, Blake Lively is weaponizing this behavior against him, and that's what makes me so furious. And again, this is just saying the jury gets to decide this. Again, it's all just the judge saying the jury gets to decide. This isn't the judge saying, oh, this is true. If that were the case, then it wouldn't go to a jury. And this is from page 116. So let me just hurry up and get back there and find out what they're attaching this to. So again, it's the bending of words. It's embarrassing. But that's it. That's Blake Lively's temper tantrum through her IG stories. Let me know what you think. Where do you think everything goes from here? Do you think it actually makes it to trial? Do you think they settle? I see Blake Lively posturing that they are definitely going to trial, but what do we know?